Hey guys, welcome to DSD Genesis. Congratulations on arriving here. First, a little background. I want you to turn everything off. You have to shut down, block everything off because it's like a 10-minute video. It's longer than usual. I don't know how long it's going to go actually, but we have to get this. This is the framework. You have kids bedtime, okay? You got to focus on this video to understand the framework. So, we're talking about selling on Amazon, right? And big giant marketplace, and maybe you're not even familiar with selling on Amazon at all. Maybe you've done it and you've been just waiting to learn how to do FBA and get product from China for 1 cent and sell it for $1 million, right? In fact, there's a competitive product there, $5,000 they're charging. And, I'm not one to spy on products and everything else, but the feedback I'm getting, they're missing a lot of stuff, okay? So traditionally, how it goes is you go to Alibaba and you see a super cheap product. You see it selling on Amazon for a lot of money, and you get the super cheap product shipped in. You put your own twist on it with a sticker or something like that. You put it up on Amazon. You write 3 fake reviews. You contact Mom and Uncle Pete, ask them to do a couple orders, and then the money rolls in. Well, guess what? The money doesn't roll in because after those reviews and a couple orders, it gets ranked a little bit better. And then you cross your fingers because if it doesn't sell, you've got a big old bill from China. Okay? So recognizing this, it took a long time. We're watching people spend $5,000 out there in the industry. And we're like, geez, they could be buying it. We can't launch until we're perfect. We can't launch until we have everything to protect our members. We got to have backup after backup. They got to be able to get this product and sell it on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Facebook, Bonanza, everything else. They have to be super heightened protected to make sure everybody's going to make money because it's a strong investment, not just what you paid to get Genesis, but also sourcing product, right? So we launched multiple facets of Genesis because we're just that much better. So I told you the traditional model, right? And the traditional model, I'm going to switch to black pen here. The traditional model, the holes in it are, you look at the product in Alibaba, and then you go over to Amazon and you see the rank, and you're like, what does that mean? I'm being told if the rank's less than 100,000, I'm going to sell 18 a month maybe, depending on the category, cross-reference the phase of the moon, what's the title? I mean, it's crazy. Well, here what we did, this was crazy. This is what we did here. We built an algorithm, a study that's going to be able to tell you nearly exactly how much you should expect to sell a month. So now when you source from Alibaba using our program, Genesis, you're going to be able to say, okay, the price point is this. I've talked back and forth in chat. I've learned how to protect myself on orders from China with the training. I know it's going to be, after I get it shipped in here and sent into Amazon, it's going to be $1.68 an order. And I know I should expect to sell 32 of these a month, so I'll net this amount of money. So we put that in place, and then we said, okay, well, that's not good enough, even though we're protecting our members. We have to build something else out to make sure they get these sales. So let's start off with a 3 to 10 sales guarantee. So DS Domination is going to come right behind you and make sure you get 3 to 10 sales. So now you can write your fake 3 reviews, or not fake, you're supposed to get real people to review your product, but those are non-purchase products where they can just write 3 reviews on your product. And then we're going to turn around and we're going to get you 3 to 10 sales. And if you want to contact your Uncle Pete, Mom, or whatever, make a couple more sales, your rank's going to be far enough up there that your product should take off. But just in case it doesn't take off then, we're going to teach you how to source comparable products, okay? I don't know if comparable spelled wrong, but who cares? We're not here for grammar. And what we mean by that is, like, let's say you branded, you got a source for diet pills, okay, and that's your product. We're going to give you the software, and it's going to spit out all the comparable products, scales, workout equipment, all of that. And you're going to turn around, you're going to sell those scales using the drop shipping model on eBay. And your whole goal is to sell your vitamins on Amazon. So when you're selling the scales, and I know that you're used to selling 1 or 2 of a product a month, but when you price it near the break-even point, you're going to sell 20, 30 scales, bathroom scales. And then you're going to have those 20 to 30 people from eBay on a list, people that just bought a bathroom scale from you. What's going to happen when you send them out an email saying, hey, exclusive Amazon product, we got a coupon code for you for 30% off this diet pill? Well, they're going to go bonkers because they're buying a bathroom scale to lose weight, and all of a sudden in their email inbox is this new diet pill rolling out, and they're going to be like, wow, what's this? I happen to be wanting to lose weight. And then they're going to buy that. And then you're going to sell some exercise equipment, and that exercise equipment person's going to get an email, hey, new diet pill out on Amazon, and you're going to get buyers there. You're going to be creating your own list, and if you're new to creating your own list, we're taking care of everything for you. And if you haven't heard, the money is in the list. You're going to have a super responsive list, and that's going to get you more sales, get you more ranked, and help you gear up for more and more profit, okay? So that's phase 1 in how we protect you, let alone all the platforms we've trained you in or are going to train you in on selling on other things, okay? Phase 2, we said, well, what if people don't want to, they're just scared to death of China. They can't handle purchasing $1,000 of the product from China and then waiting and everything else. Well, we used all of our contacts and all of our influence and sourced multiple places from all over the U.S., including dollar store providers, people that provide the dollar store. How cheap is that product? And you're going to get all that info in a second part of Genesis where you can source all of that. The third thing we did is I contacted an old friend, the old VP of Mattel. And the VP of Mattel takes products from scratch, takes your dreams, takes what you conceive and your mousetrap. And that's generally not what Fulfillment by Amazon is about. You don't have to invent something new. So don't be scared about that. This is some concept that's just way out there. You've had an idea for a super bling bracelet or a watch that projects into the sky like a Batman symbol or something. Now this is more expensive, but the great part is, of course, we protect you. And what I mean by more expensive is if you're going to take your idea, you're going to sign an NDA, both of you, this Mattel VP company and you, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to say, hey, this is my idea. They're on a non-disclosure agreement, so they can't steal it. They're going to come back and say, hey, if you want to build a prototype, it's going to be X amount of dollars. If you want to, once your prototype's done, it's going to cost you $1.88 a unit to make your Batman watch or whatever. And that's for folks that have some capital to spend and stuff like that. And creating something that they envision, but they can never bring to market. We wanted to put that out there for everybody. The next phase is Genesis Easy. This is crazily easy, like it sounds, and extremely addictive. Extremely addictive, I'll tell you what. So if you know me at all, I'm not one to go out into a shopping mall, all right? So I get with these guys that have designed this app, and you go out, and you're going to go out and you're going to look at clearance items, Big Lots, Walmart, Target, whatever. You just walk into a store, they're all over the place. And I walked into a store, I said, I got to test this app. So I drove out to Target, I walked in, and like 3 or 4, it was a Tuesday afternoon, 4 or 5 people were in my way. I was like, I'm frustrated. And then I walk around, I seen this clearance aisle. And I scanned these Coleman hand warmers, and they were $1.29. It popped up, selling on Amazon right now for $5.99. This is the rank on Amazon. This is going to be your profit. And I realized through the calculations that I could just grab all the things off the shelf, send them into Amazon, and Amazon would sell them for me and call it a day. And then I went to the next end cap at Target, and they had this Hello Kitty baseball bag. And they were $8, and they were on clearance, and they were selling for $39.99 on Amazon. All I had to do was scoop them all off the shelf, throw them into my cart, boom, send them into Amazon. Amazon sells them for me, okay? And then I was getting ready recently to go to Myrtle Beach. I'm not sure what time you're going to see this video, to cut some stuff prior to our Las Vegas event. And I get into Marshall's, and I'm walking around, I'm scanning stuff, and I'm just like, I'm trying to buy clothes for my Myrtle Beach trip, and I'm obsessed. I'm scanning. I'm like, boom, cha-ching, money, boom. I just got to scoop this up and send this in. And then I go to leave Marshall's, and there's a thrift store across the street. And I'm about to go over there. And I'm like, no, dude, you're trying to get ready for this Las Vegas, so you can't go to a thrift store. But I'm like super addicted to this myself. Now you can imagine Christmas time. And I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but toys for Christmas, for example, have to be sent in by September. So you can imagine you walk into even a Walmart, not even a clearance item, you see a whole rack of Barbie dolls, for example, and you price them and you realize when you send them into Amazon, maybe you can make $1 or nothing. You can break even. No money in that, right? But then you realize, what if I send them into Amazon and I just let them sit there and either they sell and I break even, or if it goes out of stock online, I can sell the $20 Barbie for whatever I want, $100, $200, $300, and they'll sell at Christmas like crazy. So you have that. So this Genesis Easy was designed to say, hey, you messed up your fulfillment ordering from China, or hey, you ordered a water bottle and you thought you could sell it for $1 million a unit on Amazon. You messed that up, okay? Which is going to be very difficult with the training. Well, here we go. Let's get out there and just scan some stuff, throw it in the cart, ship it into Amazon. We're doing it with food, all right? Cereal, juices, gum, Hello Kitty baseball bats, whatever. And literally, you just grab the stuff off the cart. You're super protected because you can put Pop One up there to make sure it sells. You can, and then return it if it doesn't sell, and everything else. So, pretty incredible stuff. This is Genesis. As you go through it, here's how you go through it. Okay, you're gonna watch the Genesis first video or so, traditional introduction. You're going to watch the Genesis USA introduction. You're going to watch the Genesis Dream introduction. You're going to watch the Genesis Easy introduction. And you're going to decide, hey, I want to go through China. Hey, I just looked on the US sites and I see something I can make a bunch of money at. I'm going to go that way. You know what? I've got some capital. I'm just going to dip my toe in the water. I got no risk in here until the price quote comes back, and then I got to make a decision, so I'm going to go this way. Or while I'm waiting for my products to come in from China, I'm going to hit the streets, man. I love it. I'm telling you, I hate going to stores. I loved doing this. Try it. You'll go crazy. You'll go nuts with it, all right? You'll be like one of those people that hang out in stores. Or while I'm waiting for my US product to go into Amazon, I'm going to do Genesis Easy, okay? Or while I'm waiting for this to come back, I'm going to do Genesis Easy. So we've protected you in infinite amount of ways. And guys, I hope you appreciate that we really sat on this for a long time, never released it, to make sure that you guys had 100% chance of success. You guys are going to do very well with this. Just watch the videos, put in the time, go through it. I told you this would be a long video. Rock it out, guys. Congratulations and welcome to DSD Genesis. Hey guys, welcome to Amazon Fulfillment. You're going to see the first 2 or 3 videos, like, hang on my every word, like listen to the subtle little things because they're really important. They're going to seem like around video 2 or video 3 you're going to be like, all right, can we just get to it? Is this all fluff? Are you razzing us up and stuff like that? I'm not at all, but you're going to have to understand a couple things. It's going to be very important that you know what branding is. Not like it's going to be difficult to understand what branding is. Branding isn't inventing something. Branding isn't, cutting your own record label or something like that. It's just little subtle things you do, and you're going to understand why that's very important. It took me a while to understand this. The whole time I was doing fulfillment by Amazon, I was thinking to myself, oh, I might sell 10 or 20 of these a day. But then later on I learned you're not going to sell 10 or 20 a day. You're going to sell 10 or 20 a day for life. For life. I mean, I'm going to show you an example later on where you took a little, it's this screen. It's a micro screen for making almond milk of all things. It costs like 80 cents, all right? And it sells on Amazon for $9. And you're going to make $4, $5, $6 a unit. and you can sell them in your sleep. But I'm also going to show you how to go further than that. And in your mind, if you start making a living on a dang 80-cent almond milk screen, like a really good living, you're going to be the almond milk screen expert. You're going to end up with a website on almond milk screens. You're going to end up with recipes. You're going to end up everywhere on the planet. You're going to be walking around with almond milk screen t-shirts, whatever it takes. You're just going to keep growing and growing. And that might seem daunting, like, oh, I got to do all that. We're going to work up to that with your brand. Don't be scared of branding yet. It seems like, how do I get branding? How do I get stickers? How do I get labels? How do I get this? How do I get a fancy box? What do I do? Do I make it gold, purple, yellow? It's all going to be answered here in the training. What you have to understand is Amazon is bigger than its next 5 competitors combined. That's huge. That includes Walmart, okay? And we've learned, if you've taken Monopoly, you've learned how to drop ship on Amazon, okay? As you go into branding, you're going to learn how to locate a product and use the pricing that I'm going to show you and all the details to say, okay, they're selling it for 7 or 10. If I sell it for 9 or 6, can I make a living with that? And you're going to price it right down to tax and duty if it's shipped in from China and sending it into Amazon and everything else. The great thing about it is that the whole mecha overview of this is you're going to locate a product easily, do some easy calculations and go, yup, order it, send it off to Amazon and call it a day. That's the really fun part about this. So I'm excited for you guys, and I'm going to go through each step. If you didn't take Monopoly, drop shipping is quick, local, online sources. That's where you move a product over from one of the websites in Elite or one of the websites in Monopoly. There's no out-of-pocket expense for you. It's easy, right? But you're subject to other companies' stock. You're the next level middleman where you're just kind of shaving off the top. There's some good money to be made there, but it's not pure. You don't own the product. The sense of satisfaction of you discovering your own brand and creating your own brand, and the stuff is sitting right in dang Amazon's headquarters. That's right, Amazon's going to do your customer service. They're going to do your fulfillment, everything else. Once it gets there and it sells, it's not on your plate anymore. It's a massive, massive good feeling. The other type of fulfillment by Amazon is outpricing a competitor. Outpricing a competitor, you're going to see some kinesiology tape later on in the example. And you're going to look and you're going to say, okay, the big guy on there's kinesiology tape is $7. I can get it for $1.50. The price calculations of my fees and my shipping and everything else says I can make $1 or $2 a unit. I'm going to get that same kinesiology tape and I'm going to undercut that bidder and I'm going to get some sales. And you are going to get some sales. I'm going to show you a way to protect you by going beyond just selling on Amazon and be able to sell on other sites. But you're going to have slimmer margins. The problem is once that person stops being able to feed their family with that kinesiology tape, you're going to get these weird reviews and you're going to go back and forth and battle on that. You're going to make some sales. You're not going to lose any money. In fact, you're going to make a few $100s doing it that way a month. And if you do multiple products, you're going to end up making some great money. But it's like the second level of the best, okay? It's not a long-term play is the issue. The third thing we're going to be talking about is branding. This is no competition, okay? This can last forever. You can be the almond milk filter queen, the almond milk filter king. You can be Mr. Yoga. You can be the bounce house giant by just putting your subtle little twist on something. Branding's not inventing. It's not even building a better mousetrap, okay? It's very easy. You're going to do things. I like to know what's coming going forward, and you'll be tempted to zip through the videos to say, okay, what do I do? Where do I get it from? Does this come from China? Do I go to Alibaba? What do I do? Okay, you'll be tempted to do that. So I'll give you some brief look forward. You're literally going to be using a pricing calculation that I've proven over time, made incredible money. People that I've beta tested this with made incredible money. And you're going to take that product that you know sells just as it is, and you're going to put a little logo on it. You're going to get a designer online. Ooh, a designer online. Yeah, you're going to say, hey, I want a big giant bee on this with a paw print. Or I want my little logo to have a big glass of almond milk on it. Or something like that. It's just so simple. The designer's going to design it. You're going to send it into the company, and they're going to put that logo on the box. And they're going to charge you 15 to 30 cents. You're going to know what they're going to charge you. They're going to ship it to you. Okay, you're going to pack it up. You're going to send it to Amazon with a couple little labels with it that I'll show you how to get. And Amazon's just going to fulfill the dang things for you, okay? And I'm going to show you how to get sales after sales after sales, all right? So buckle in. The next couple videos, don't skip them, but I got to drive home how big this branding is because it's huge, okay? And I'm also going to be protecting you and making sure you get all kinds of sales. In fact, here at DS Domination, we're going to guarantee you if you follow the training, and we're not looking for some obscure loophole, we're going to guarantee you 3 to 10 sales, okay? It's just that simple. So guys, strap in, get your pen and paper out. Welcome to FBA DS Domination style, guys. Take care. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so I'm going to show you an example of a product, and I've seen some other FBA courses out there, and they never show you an example of something that's selling and making money. When I'm going through the steps I'm going to show you, I'm like 50 for 50. I'm just like, oh, yep, and I can make money on that. Yep, I can make money on that. So I don't have to make money on everything, you know, so I'm going to show you examples. If you want to go out and do this example, you can, but of course so many people are going to see in this video, you might not want to. But the reason I want to show you this example is because I want you to understand how much I'm going to protect you. You see, I didn't launch this course for some significant amount of time because you might be ordering product shipped to your house from China. We're going to show some local US sites and things like that, but you might be ordering from China. That's scary business. I had to make sure that you're absolutely 100% protected and had so many layers to fall back on that you just couldn't get hurt no matter what you did, okay? So here's this almond nut milk bag, and this goes into the branding too, right? Where you're like, branding, what do I have to do? How am I going to brand it? Do I got to reinvent a new car or a Rubik's Cube with 27 sides? Or exactly what do I do to brand? Well, branding's all about perceived value. As I walked in from outside and I considered cutting this video, I looked on my porch and there were some flowers. And my wife probably paid $20 for 2 pots of flowers or $15. The perceived value is they're really pretty, but they're flowers. They come from seeds. Or when I walked in the door, I looked at this little Princess Barbie guitar that I think my wife paid $20 for, that I'm sure you can get made for like 50 cents, okay? But it's got the Princess Barbie logo on it, so it's worth that much more. So this nut milk bag, it's got this, look what the branding on it is. Somebody got a logo made up. I'm going to teach you how to get a logo made up and put it on your product for about 15 cents a piece, okay, or less. And they put that little plastic tag through there. Now they're branded. That's as easy as branding can be. You can go a little bit more difficult, but that's branding. Oh no, branding. But now this person can be the nut milk, amazing nut milk bag person forever. Is this nut milk bag, whatever a nut milk bag is, better than any other nut milk bag? No, probably not. It's not superior or something like that, but this is the amazing nut milk bag. In fact, it makes its own nuts, right? You'll notice $7.29 is the price. I can tell you they're making about $3 a unit. They sold, I'll do the pricing later on in later videos for you. They got 279 customer reviews, okay? What if 1 out of every 10 people left a customer review? Now that's high, all right? It's a lot, you know, it's a lot lower than that. 1 every 10 people, that's 2,800 sales at $3 profit. That's $8,400, and that's just not going to stop. Notice the people down here on the right, the Natural Health Shop, trying to catch up with this person, okay? What's the Natural Health Shop's rating? 54,777 feedback, all right? But this person's still in the one position because they got ahead of them. I'm going to teach you at the number one position and be the person, okay? All right, now that said, I want you to have fallback. Let's say you get on here and you get your product and all of a sudden there's 10,000 amazing nut milk bags competing with you, and oh no. Well, you're going to check some fallback. I'm going to train you on this. As I go over here to eBay and I do a search for nut milk bag, the first one that comes up is this Hong Kong one. People on eBay don't order from Hong Kong. They're scared to order overseas. The first US one that comes up is $4.85 to $12.99. Let me click on that one. And 130 of those have sold, okay? So if you had to sell 50 or whatever at the marked up price, if you're getting them for $1 and you're selling them for net profit of $2 because it costs nothing to ship this, everything else, there's $260 back if all heck breaks loose on Amazon. Also, as a fallback, I'm going to go deeper into Bonanza training. Bonanza trains you they put your products out on Google. That's a pretty big marketplace. If any marketplace is going to rival Amazon, it's going to be Google. Now, you might be familiar with Bonanza. I've taught it in earlier courses in the Elite, but I've never gone that in depth on it. And you were bringing products over that are already on the internet. Your branded product coming from China or a US warehouse is going to be so cheap that you're going to dominate Google with it and actually make some significant sales. Okay, not to say a lot of people made a lot of sales on Bonanza already, but with one unique product, I'm going to train you how to blow it up. Now let's take a look at this nut bag. Now this is not all about sourcing from China, but in this example, look at this filter bag right here, okay? The price is 0.25 cents to $1.50. So we'll take the average of that and say it's 80 cents. Let's go ahead and click on it. Okay, I want you to take a good look at it. It's rounded, it's got a couple strings on it, okay? Let's go back over to Amazon. Rounded, strings on it. I added this nut milk bag thing, and now I take an 85-cent product that I can tell you by the time you have shipped to your door from China is going to go up to about $1. You're making $7.29. These are actually going to be tagged for about 10 cents, I would say. So now you're at $1.10. You're going to ship the whole box into Amazon. So now you're at $1.30, $1.40. Amazon's going to charge you about $2.50 at the most to ship it out to your customer. Okay, and pack it, fulfill it, and do everything for you, and you'd make about $3 something a unit. Okay, and I'll go deeper into that, and you make $8,500 on a dang nut milk bag. I did not search very hard to find this nut milk bag. I'm going to show you multiple examples. Okay, so feel comfortable. Go through the steps. All right. And we'll get you home. You're protected by eBay. You're protected by selling on Google. You're protected by selling on Amazon. And who knows, maybe you want to make some amazing nut milk for yourself, whatever the heck that is. See you in the next video, guys. Take care. Hey guys, Roger Langer here. Welcome back. Before we go any further in this course, I want to take a moment and give you our DS Domination Life Guarantee. You see, we know that this system works so well, and we know that we train you guys so well and believe in you guys that we're going to turn around and guarantee we are going to run traffic to your listing once it's done until you have at least 3 to 10 sales. That's going to get you sales, that's going to get you rank boost, that's going to get you reviews. We're going to put our traffic and our faith in you to follow this training because we believe in you and we know this training works. So besides the fallback of selling it on eBay, selling it on Bonanza, selling it on Amazon, we're going to turn around Bonanza's Google. We're going to turn around and guarantee we're going to run traffic until you have at least 3 to 10 sales, and then the natural sales will start coming in. You don't even need that, but we're going to spend our money on traffic to get you sales as long as you follow this course. So that's how serious we are about this working for you. So I want to let you know that guarantee is out there. After you get your item up, you'll get information on how to send us the item, what we want to see, and then we'll turn around and turn the traffic lights on and head people your way to buy your item that you branded yourself because you are in DS domination life. Welcome, guys. We're excited. Thanks. Hey guys, welcome back to DS Monopoly. Roger here. We're going to go ahead and set up your seller account. So I'm on Amazon.com and I want to go down to the bottom of the screen and simply click on Sell on Amazon. Now what I want to tell you ahead of time is create a new email address for this. All right, even if you're a buyer on Amazon, or you're using Amazon, create a whole new email address for your seller account. It's going to make things a lot easier for you. You have two choices here, 99 cents per sale or $39.99 a month with a free trial. I highly recommend you get the professional account, $40 a month, but you have the free trial here. Obviously up to you, but I would do this. Now, Amazon has their fee structure much like eBay's, except it's free to put items up, and you will pay about a 12 to 15% final value fee based on the category you sell in, but you'll be able to see that calculator to determine how you list your items here, okay? So you're going to go ahead and click on Start Selling. And I'm just going to make up a, let me just check something really quick. Yep. I'm going to make up a little test account here. Obviously, I'm not going to put my real information here. And retype email address. Copy, and my password 1234567 So if you're watching this video, you can hack into my account, and my legal name is blah blah blah. I've accepted the terms and conditions. Click continue. Okay, right here. And welcome, hi up the top there. The display name, okay? Something warm about you, but Amazon's more professional than eBay. I teach people on eBay to put something like Grandma's Goods or Aunt Edna's Attic or something like that. Think more professional here, okay? Amazon's more professional here. And think broad scale, because we're going to be selling a lot of product. Now, you can always adjust this later on, but think broad scale, like you know, Product Corp International, something like that. Actually, I wouldn't put international because people get nervous buying overseas, right? Product Corp King, something like that, okay? And you can put your address in here, your city, your town. Obviously, this is, you know, self-evident. Your phone number, put your real number here, okay? And I'm going to see if it'll let me go ahead. It won't let me save and continue. So you would just save and continue. I'm actually going to skip this step, okay? Here, they want you to put your credit card on file for billing that $39.99 a month down the road, okay? So obviously you put a credit card on file here. If you can, put a different one than you usually use to purchase on Amazon. Not imperative, but if you can. And I think you can actually use a prepaid card here as well. So you would fill all that out, and I'm going to go ahead and skip this step instead of saving continue for obvious reasons. Now here, they're going to, all you do is you're going to put your real phone number in here, and you're going to click call me now or send me a text. And they're going to call you, and you're going to pick up the phone, and by default you're going to say hello, but it's going to be Amazon. You're going to wonder why you're talking to a computer. But they'll give you a little code, and after you click call me now, a box is going to pop up on the screen. You just put the code in the box and you're verified. Okay, I'm going to skip this step. And then the launch interview wizard, they just want some information about you for tax purposes, okay? And they won't pay you until you fill that out, but you don't have to fill it out right away till you get up and running, okay? So anytime you see the word tax or interview or wizard, you're like, oh, what a waste of time, let me skip this. But you know, take the time. It's only a minute or two to fill it out and get your account set up, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and skip this step, obviously. And my account's completely set up. Well, you know, not completely. I skipped all this stuff. But those are the steps you'll go through. Now, I can't show you what an account looks like in this video because this is like a dummy fake account and there's nothing to show you. But in the next video, I'll show you what an account looks like and the functionality of that as well. Okay? See you in the next video. Take care. Okay guys, I debated a long time on whether or not to cut this video. This is opening a brand new Amazon account. If your account got in trouble or something went wrong, and I kind of morally fought with this going around Amazon or stuff like that, but I'm sure if we all sat in a room with Amazon and said, look, we are using FBA, we're sending the products into you to control, then they would be completely fine with that. Unfortunately, we have to go through the red tape of some guy that never answers the phone. So I'm going to show you guys these steps, okay? So step one, you're going to need a new email address. Okay, that's real easy. A new email address, very simple to get. Step two, you guys are going to need a new bank card or credit card that you've never used, okay? Step three, prefer a new name. That sounds scary, but it's not that scary. I'll show you how to do that in just a second, okay? And step four, step four, I'm going to learn how to type. A new IP address, okay? And step five, a new computer. Yikes. I'll explain that in just a second. So the email address, boom, that's 2 seconds, right? Okay? A new bank card or credit card. Here's some examples of what you can do. You can have your sister-in-law, your uncle, your buddy come in, okay? They go into the bank with you. They open up a bank account in their name, all right? They have no risk, all right? A little $50 account, or you open one up in your name and you put the $50 in it. You're the only one that ever gets the debit card. You're the only, your buddy doesn't get it. Make sure your buddy doesn't take any money from you, all right? But his name's on the account. You explain to him what you're going to do. You buy him a couple of beers or lunch or whatever. Now you have a brand new debit card or bank card or whatever, or credit card. You lost your credit card, okay? So now you have a new name and a new card, okay? A new name and a new card. And you can cut him in on for tax purposes and stuff like that if you want to, etc., okay? Another thing you can do if you don't have someone that you're close enough with that's willing to do that is you lost your credit card, okay? Now you need a new credit card. Okay, awesome. So if you're going to get a new credit card, when you get that new credit card, you are able to call up your credit card company and add on to your credit card anybody you want. Hello, Visa card, I want to add on John Doe to my credit card. Where does John Doe live? John Doe lives at 123 Sesame Street. Okay, John Doe can live anywhere. All right. You're also going to, after you do that, you can go online and change your account to paperless. Okay. And when your account's paperless, no billing statement's going to go to 123 Sesame Street. No billing's going to come to you. So now you have John Doe on your credit card, okay? And you have 123 Sesame Street, all right? And then you now have a new name. An IP address, you can go online and look up IP address changer, any ways to change your IP address. You'll find companies that'll do it. Your computer will run a little bit slow when you're using a masking IP address. You can also get a router changed out. You can get your internet changed out, etc., etc. The tough one's a new computer. You can pick up a laptop these days for like $200, okay? I feel a little grimy on that video showing you these things, but here's a chance for you to make a lot of money, and it really harms nobody. That's what I really measure. Does this harm anybody? Well, no. You just, the credit card company that makes $1 million off you had to send you a new credit card. That's okay. Or Amazon, you're sending your product into Amazon, making them a boatload of money too. That's okay. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. And I know it's a little bit edgy, but here's a chance to get a fresh account and everything else. Okay, guys? Anyway, take care. Have a great day. Okay, guys, so right now we're working backwards. You're used to going out and finding an item, and okay, I got this at cheapycheapy.com. My cost is $2. Can I sell this on Amazon and make some money? Let's go see what they're selling for. Well, now we're on Amazon and we're finding a product that qualifies in such and such a way, and then we're going to go source it later on. It seems a little backwards. Well, here's the bottom line. We're going to be able to get pretty much everything at cheaper prices, okay? So don't worry about that if that's a little bit confusing to you right now. So I want to go over what we did in the last video. The step one was we searched the Amazon directory, okay? That was the lower left, and let me go over to Amazon really quick for you. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm segregating this video to a certain size, so that's not going to work out. We searched the Amazon directory, so that was down the lower left of Amazon, and we concentrated on the right columns. Okay. Step two, we searched for items that were $10 to $40. Okay. This is going to be important. This is our only, $50. This was our only stipulation we're going to have in our, we're going to guarantee you 3 to 10 sales by driving traffic, okay? So when we made that guarantee, you might have thought to yourself, oh, by my listing, they'll say the picture's not clear enough or I didn't do A, B, C, but we're not going to do that. We're going to say we're so confident that we can get you sales that the only stipulation is your product is priced between $10 and $50, okay? Let's say $9 and $50 because I cheated a little bit and I found that rock tape. It was just below $10, okay? The kinesiology tape. So 3, once you located your item, remember I searched through and I was like, that kettlebell's too heavy, that's light enough, that's small enough, look at that jump rope, that'll work, that'll work. Once you locate your item, okay? Locate item. And in my case, it was kinesiology, which I'll blow the spelling on. Somebody can write into the help desk and yell at me later on. That's just not even close. I'll guess this is it. Kinesiology tape, okay? Once you located the item, you take the keywords that really identify the item. Don't think like Google keywords. I got to find the perfect keywords. If the title of the item is the perfect upside down milkshake blender maker machine, it's a blender, it's a milkshake maker, whatever, okay? Just search that. So then I went out, I located the item. It was that rock tape kinesiology tape, okay? Then I did I made sure that it was in the top 1,000, okay? And had some good reviews. Let's say 100 reviews or more. It doesn't even have to be. I'm going to go lower than that. 50 reviews or more. Okay? Actually, you're going to find if it's in the top 1,000, the lower reviews, the better for you. Because if it's the #1 selling item and only has 3 reviews, it hasn't got a huge boost in rank, and you're going to be able to go buy it. But let's, just for a general rule of thumb, 50 reviews or more. Actually, let's drop that down to 30. You'll be hard pressed to not find something in the top 1,000 with less than 100 views. But we'll say 30 reviews or more. Okay. Then you're going to go out and you're going to search the keywords like How do you spell kinesiology tape? Kinesiology tape. And you're going to look at the other results. Are the other results selling? And you look at the reviews of the other products. Look at a few of them, okay? You know, there was that rock tape, and then there was that 3M tape, everything else. If they have reviews and they're in the top 1,000, okay, then that's your product, okay? You've chosen one of the products. Now, I went over to eBay to show you that you could even source it from eBay. You could even sell it on eBay as a backup. You don't have to do that as a cautionary. If you're an ultra nervous person, go over and do that. Just keep in mind, negate Hong Kong and China in your competition, because a lot of US people won't buy from Hong Kong and China, but you're going to have it here locally, okay? So now you've chosen an item. You're going to repeat that process 2 times. 2 times. So now you're going to have 3 items. 3 items. We're going to end up with just 1 item to start off with, but you're going to have 3 items. You might have a cell phone adapter, a nut milk bag, and a kinesiology tape. Okay? Now we're going to take those and we're going to source them, and then simply calculate the price for you to get it here at your doorstep. How much it is to put a fancy box on it, a fancy bow on it, a fancy sticker on it, a fancy design on it. How much it is to, after it gets to you, to ship it into Amazon fulfillment. And once you ship it into Amazon fulfillment, how much money are you going to make per sale? And that's me jumping forward. There's a lot of other things, like we're going to talk about getting sales, us getting you sales, getting different reviews, getting multiple reviews, how to do all of that. We're going to take care of you and make you guys some great money, okay? So I hope you're feeling like a little more like, wait a minute, I'm starting to get this. I'm starting to get it. Yay! Okay? Okay, so I'm really excited for you. And after I get a whole week of peace to myself, I might list something on Amazon and make a bunch of money, because it's certainly enticing, especially that like $500,000 product I showed you. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Take care. Okay, guys, Roger here. We're going to start with Alibaba. Now, I know a lot of you guys are familiar with this. You've tried FBA, you've maybe tested Alibaba, etc., etc. I'm going to show you how to use it right, use it securely, and then we're going to have other multiple sites later on, but we're going to start here, okay? So remember, we started off and we were searching a nut milk bag and a kinesiology tape and that phone thing and everything else. Well, I'm going to go here and show you how to now find a supplier for that particular product, okay? So I'm going to paste this in here, kinesiology tape, and I'm going to click search. And the first thing I'm going to check is gold supplier, on-site check, and assessed supplier. This makes you so safe, it's ridiculous. The company would have to like burn down or go out of business. You're not going to get screwed over because they're scammers or something like that. Something radical would have to happen, like if you went to your local McDonald's and that day it burned down. You'd have to be extremely unlucky. So you're super protected. In later video, I'm going to show you how to be even more protected on the payment method and everything else. For example, the one time I got burned about 5 or 6 years ago, I was ordering Frontline from China. And it's a flea medicine you put on your cats and dogs. And I looked at it, it was like they cost like, I'm going to say, they're really like $36, but I'm going to say they cost $50 each at Walmart, for example. And the way it was worded was I could get 32 of them for $200. And the cost normally would be like I could get 4 of them for $200. So I ordered it and they arrived to me. And it was actually 32 applications, which happened to be 4 of them. So there was no deal. I actually lost money with the shipping and stuff like that. So they had it really worded weird. And this wasn't this site I was using, and I didn't know how to protect myself at that point. But the one step I did take, and I'll train you on, was when they shipped it to me, I knew if I went to PayPal and said, hey, they only sent me 4, I could lose that debate with PayPal. Well, it said 32 applications or something. So I matter-of-factly, knowing that these guys in China knew that that was not a deal whatsoever and they get over you on the wording, I turned around and said, yeah, I got an empty box. There was nothing in the box. And then PayPal matter-of-factly gave my money back. So that'll be a technique that I'll train you guys on to make sure you're protected wave 1 by PayPal, wave 2 by your bank, everything else, to make sure that everything's legitimate here. But now that I've searched through these guys here, I can start searching through different suppliers, okay? And here's this best cut, 5 cents or 5 cents to $3 a roll. 5 cents to $1.60 a roll, 15 cents to $2 a roll, jumbo 1 to 2. So I'm gonna say that we're gonna get this tape for $1, okay? Now I can tell you if you got 100 rolls of tape for $1 each, okay, and I'll show you how to actually get the price and stuff like that. If you got it for $1 each, you're out $100. Now you can get this stuff shipped to you in 5 to 7 days for $250. Okay, that adds on another 100 rolls, $250. That adds on another $250 a roll of tape. Okay, you're not going to get it air shipped to you, but that would be $3.50 that you're out, and it's on your doorstep. You're also going to learn about customs. You're going to pay 15% of that $100 customs, so you're going to pay another $15. So you're out, whatever the math is, I don't have it in front of me, $2.15. You're out $3.40 a roll of tape or something like that. And you're going to learn how to calculate how much Amazon's going to charge you to store it and ship it out for you. You're going to learn it's like $3. Now you're out $6.40 a roll of tape. Okay. You're going to put a sticker on your tape, so now you're out $6.50 a roll of tape, and it'll cost you about 20 cents a roll to ship it into Amazon, or $120, something like that. So now you're out about $7 a roll of tape. All your costs are in. You know you can sell your tape for $9 or $10. You make $2 a unit, make $200. Not bad. I mean, it's not the half million or whatever, but that's just an example, okay? That's just an example of what you guys can do. So that said, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to come over here and see if the items that you picked out, you can find good price points on, okay? Just ballpark for now, and then I'll teach you how to chat now with the people and contact them and get the best price and everything. But just for now, I want you to go ahead and look and see if you can get things. Also, another trick that you can do is when you're over here, you can say, okay, kinesiology pink tape, I could focus on women. I'll compare that one. Kinesiology, do I get 3 different sizes here? Let me compare that one. I don't like that yellow one. That looks cheap. That's not what I want. Ooh, that looks like that gold tape. Maybe that I looked at before. Maybe I'll compare that one. And you can go through here and click the compare button on a bunch of different ones. And then once you're done, you click compare. And it brings it all up on the screen for you. Okay? So now you have it all up on the screen for you. You're going to be able to select all, and you can contact all the suppliers at once with a nice email. But we'll go over how to email suppliers and how to treat them. These guys aren't like working in a sweatshop and you're trying to nail them to the wall and they're begging for your business. You have to be professional with these guys. They want to work with you, but you got to treat them a certain way. So now if you go through this and you're looking at them, you're like, oh, okay, yep, I want to check prices on all of those. Ooh, that's one 15 cents to $2 a roll. And you take a look and go through them. Okay, cool. I want to send an inquiry to all of them, contact supplier. And now I can go ahead and put my subject line and message, and I'll teach you what to put in there in the next video, okay, to contact the suppliers and get your prices. Okay, see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Hey guys, welcome back. And I recognize for all my wordsmiths that a couple videos ago I spelled kinesiology right once and wrong another time, and I'm just going with it because I can do that. Okay, so now we're going to send out a bulk email to save ourselves some time based on the tapes that we're interested in. Okay, so I look here, and I didn't go too into depth in the last video, but let's say you want to order 100 to start off with, okay? Like you want to spend $100 on your business right now. Well, here the minimum order is 5,000. The minimum order here is 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So I would knock off the 5,000 person, and I would stay with 1,000 person. A lot of times the minimum is 100, and probably if I surf through some of the tapes, I could have sorted by that, okay? This person here is FDA approved, so I might want FDA approved and just message that one person alone, okay? But here I'm gonna, for the video here, I'm gonna go ahead and message them all and get a response. So you don't type exactly verbatim for what I'm gonna have, because you're probably gonna have 20 people that are trying to sell the tape and sending this exact same message, and the suppliers are gonna be like, what's going on here, right? Okay, so interested in large quantities of your tape. Don't say item, because they'll just think you're sending them some sort of bulk email, okay? And then introduce yourself. My name is Roger Langell. I have many customers on the Eastern Seaboard. Sounds better, right? Eastern Seaboard. Seaboard. If I can spell it right, I guess that's it. Of the U.S. I am interested in getting some larger orders with you, but wanted to know if I could start out with 100, okay, to test. Now, other things that they're going to want to know in the emails, okay, so they know that you're serious and know what you're doing, is you're going to say, please, if yes, please include cost of shipping the product to your address. Put your address there, right? With quotes for air and boat, okay? Air, it'll be like 3 or 5 days, it'll be in the hundreds, all right? Boat, it'll be something a little more reasonable, like $70, $80, and it'll take a couple of weeks to get to you, okay? With quotes for air and boat. Also, if you know any tax or duties that I will pay, please include those costs, all right? Some merchants know what their tape, like their products categorized in. Okay, it's vitamins, it's FDA approved. I have to go through these hoops to ship it to you, so your tax and duty is going to be 22%. Oftentimes it falls around 5 to 15% for tax and duties, okay? If they don't know, we'll include a chart that you can look up and figure out yourself how much it's going to be. Now, oftentimes, once you get deeper into the negotiation, these guys will say to you, hey, you ordered $500 of the product, we're going to put on the slip it was $200 of the product. You know, it's a little edgy. It's up to you what you want to do there, but they'll reduce the quote on the sheet so you don't have to pay so much tax and duty, okay? Now, once you have this email professionally sent out, you know, and you've got all the information, they know you're serious, so you're not just asking me to send 100, and then they say yes, and then you say, ask them this, ask them that, ask them this. After this email, when you have your 1 or 2 or 3 people that are going to send you the tape, you're going to get a sample. and you might want to get 1 or 2 samples or 1 sample from each one, a couple different vendors, okay? And that's just a message of saying, can I please have a sample sent to me? And they will bill you for the shipping to send that to you, okay? It's not like a freebie sample. So they'll bill that to send it to you, but you get that one shipped there. You don't want to get your sample and wait 2 weeks, then place your order and wait another 2 weeks, and pretty soon you've gone off and you're distracted and stuff like that. So get your sample sent air. It'll cost you $8, $9, $10, something like that. All right, and that's it. So down here you put a quantity needed. You can put 100 here, or I'm sorry, and then you're going to fill out this little CAPTCHA thing, 4SW9. I'm not going to bother them and send that off. All right. So I want to show you how to compose that email, and make sure you're professional and you ask all the right questions so they know that you're serious. Check your spelling and your grammar, your capitalization. I didn't do any of that, okay? And then send it off to them and wait for response. Now, if you're just emailing one vendor and they don't get back to you in 24 to 48 hours, email them again, because this is an email coming from a US email going into a China email, and it could just be lost. These guys want your business. They're not going to avoid you and hide from you. So don't get all upset if they don't respond in a day or two. Just email them again, okay? All right, guys, see you in the next video. Take care. Hey guys, Roger here. So I got approved by a vendor, or they said they would send me 1 roll of tape for, I'm sorry, I could do 100 quantity order for $1.25. Okay, this is that same tape that sells for 10 bucks at least. And I got on here and I was chatting back and forth. Now the first thing you want to do is, once you get what you want, if you'll find a vendor that'll send you 100, if you want to order 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000, whatever you're going to order, whatever you're comfortable with, is you got to get a sample. So I kind of timed out on the history here while I was waiting for some quotes and stuff, but I'll show you kind of the conversation back and forth. It's common to ask for a sample. One of the things you have to realize is they have multiple items, so you have to specify your sample, 5mm tape in pink or whatever. All right. So we got to the point where she was getting a shipping quote. I gave them my address, and they have to wait for DHL to return with an address. And so I went back and forth and I said, okay, I'm back, and what time is it in your area? At 3:51 a.m. We were waiting. So I'm waiting DHL's response. Can you bill to my PayPal? Yes. What is your PayPal? And then I sent them a fake PayPal because I don't want a billing to my PayPal. Okay. So they'll send me a bill for 1 roll of tape, and I'll pay it. I'm protected by PayPal, and they'll send me over a sample tape. And you can get it any type of shipping you want. You can negotiate back and forth and say, okay, DHL's too expensive. I don't want to pay $30 for a roll of tape. You can go, okay, can I get it shipped slower? It'll be 2 weeks or something like that. Whatever you're comfortable with, okay? To get your sample of whatever you're getting a sample with. When you pay that PayPal bill, they're responsible to send it. They have to provide proof of delivery, just like any transaction, okay? So this is how to get a sample sent to you. You could do it back and forth through email if you want, but you'll find you'll send off a detailed email and they might have one question for you, and then you got to wait another 24 hours or so to get back and forth. But I just grabbed them in chat. They were here. It's late in the morning in the East Coast of the U.S., so it's probably very early morning over there, or afternoon. I don't know the time zone differences, but there you go. Okay, that's how to order a sample. Take care, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. Let's now talk about pricing and see how much money is available for you and see if it's viable. So we're going to stick with this kinesiology tape. Now, when you think to yourself, okay, what do I price it at? You're not going to be the undercutting as lowest person, because remember, you're branding. This example, we were talking about gator tape or something like that, and you're going to blow out the brand. You're going to get automated sales. We're going to help you with that. You're going to get reviews. Everything else to just jump you right up to the top. Okay, so here's this 811. They have 3.5-star reviews. You're going to have all 4 or 5-star reviews, etc., etc. So it's just going to catapult you to the top. So the first thing is pricing. There's no exact functionality like, hey, price it at $7.99 to the lowest. Don't do that. The high one was $9.99. This is $8.11. I'd say a good price for this would be like $8.99. So you're going to go down, you're going to grab this ASIN number right here, and you're going to copy that, and you're going to head over to this link. Now I'm going to put this link down below, and when you first arrive here it might look a little bit different. I'm going to put it down below this video, and I'm going to reload this page. Well, there we go. So it's going to look like that at first. So I'm going to paste in that that ASIN number. Let me delete this. I'm going to paste in that ASIN number that I just got of something comparable so I can get the weight and everything else done for me, okay? So this is all about a comparison of if you fulfill it or you send it to Amazon to fulfill it. Well, we're only focusing on Amazon to fulfill it, so we're saying we're going to charge a price of $8.99, and we'll go ahead and we'll calculate that, okay? So this shows that you're going to pay $1.08 to Amazon for the referral fee, $1 for them for handling, pick and pack's $1.02, weight handling 55 cents, 1 cent for storage, etc., etc. So you're going to pay out $2.08, $3.10, $3.65, and you're going to net $5.33. That's what you're going to put in your pocket. So you got to see if that's feasible for you. So if I start out saying I need to net $5.33 to make a profit, my tape from my distributor is going to be $1 cost. I'll just put $1 for easy math. I forget it was $1.10, $1.20, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna have it shipped to me. Now you'll probably use like freight and boat, and they'll give you a quote on what shipping's going to be to your home. You can do that in the email correspondence back and forth. You can get different freight quotes for boat that's going to take 2 or 3 weeks, or for DHL it's going to take 5 or 7 days. But I'm going to do like a 100 quantity order, and I'm going to pretend I pay $250 for freight. Okay, so if I pay $250 for freight, that's going to be $2.50 per roll of tape, okay? So now I'm at $2.50 per roll of tape. Now you got to consider tax and duty. Remember, you have some leeway there. They might be able to say declare it for less value, stuff like that. And, you know, maybe it is less value because it's, you know, maybe you can't get 50 cents. I don't know, however you want to gauge that in your mind. But let's say on that $100 order, your taxes for it are $15, or an additional, what, 100 rolls of tape, your taxes of 15%, so really that comes out to 15 cents a roll of tape. Okay, so now you have the tape sent to you, you have the freight for it, the cost again, and that's the high freight. You wouldn't DHL your major order, just a sample. So I'm going really, really high here. Okay, it's got to be more like $100 at the most by boat, which would make it $1 instead of $2.50. But I want to do the worst case scenario. Okay, your packaging, you can get them to design a logo over there for you, and that'll be like about 15 cents. Okay, and then per roll of tape. And then you can also get them to ship the boxes separate to you, so they don't get damaged. So they'll put all the rolls of tape in, then they'll flatten all the boxes and put them in there, and you'll pack them yourself. And we'll call that about 15 cents. And they'll give you a price quote on that too. You can say, hey, I have a designer, and here's the logos and stuff like that. We'll show you where to get some designs done really cheaply. But let's say the designs cost you $1 a piece. Well, no, they wouldn't even be that much because you can reuse them over and over again. So it's hard to put the designs in here because if you're going to order more tape, that design factor comes out. So I'm not even going to put it in here for you, and you can get it done really cheap at Odesk and Elance and everything else. So I'm not even going to put it in there for you. But so now you're at $1, $2.50, there's $3.50, $3.65, $3.80, $3.95. Okay, so you have 100 rolls of tape. What is that going to cost you to ship into Amazon? Now, Amazon has multiple fulfillment warehouses, so I can't gauge that for you. It's going to be the size of your box, and you can ask the folks in China how big the size of the box is going to be and the weight and stuff like that, and get a gauge on it. But you can shift a pretty hefty article around the U.S. for 50 bucks. So I'm going to put it at 50 cents to ship it into Amazon. 50 cents a roll of tape. Now that's probably going to be high as well, but I come out with $4.45. Okay, and I need it $5.33 to make a profit, so the difference is 88 cents. So on that 100 rolls of tape, I'm going to make 88 cents times 100, or I'm going to make $88. Okay? So how much should I put out there to make $88? I mean, I have a dollar roll of tape, and I'm paying $100 for the tape, and I'm taking in $88. If you looked at it that way, that's like an 88% profit. Of course, there's different ways to look at it. You can take the $4.45 and that's your total cost, and divide that by your selling price, and come up with different figures and stuff like that. But what you have to remember is, first of all, I exaggerate it because this freight's probably going to be more like $1.50. So now you could add another 100 onto here, etc., etc. So I gave you the worst case scenario, small order, everything else, and now you're making $188 in that order. What you have to keep in mind is I didn't try and impress you here with the iPhone suction cup thing that I showed you before, where I would drop in here like a ridiculous figure. But once you have the system down and you understand that ordering from overseas is just as going to be as comfortable for you as ordering a pizza, all right? You order it, it shows up, and that's it, okay? And I'll show you how to protect yourself so you're that comfortable. But once you have it, you're literally going to order. Is that painful? No. It's going to arrive, you're going to open up the box, you're going to pack them up, and then you're going to ship them into Amazon, and then you're done. You might have a few customer questions to answer, but for the most part, Amazon's just going to zip it out the door for you, ship it, and you're just going to collect money, and it's just that easy. So that's how you calculate your profit on that. I didn't go into detail. I could have got the freight charge from them if they were going to ship it by air or whatever, okay? I could have got the designer fee, stuff like that. I could have been more accurate on how much to ship it to Amazon, fulfillment center, and everything else. So it's that simple. Now you're ready, that you have the calculations, that you have everything to completely order your product. I want you to watch one more video where I'm going to talk about escrow and stuff like that with you, so you're more comfortable ordering your product, and then you guys can go ahead and place your orders, and then we'll start talking about designs and stuff. So we'll go through the escrow video, we'll go through the design video, and you can get that all set up and get your order placed. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. So guys, at this point you should be near the point of selecting an item, and you have an item in mind. You're going to learn later on about branding and things like that and what the difference is. I'll give you a quick snippet. Let's say I could find this exact first aid kit right here, okay? And I went ahead and I ordered a bunch of them from China. I could come over here and sell these things for $27.99, $26.99. And I'd appear over here on the right at first, and hoping to take over this section right here, okay? But this is a branded item. This person has ordered a plain metal kit and put some stickers on it. That's how difficult it was. Actually, it's a plastic kit. Or they had China, they sourced a plastic kit for $1 a piece and had China put some logos on it, right up to $1.80 a piece, had them shipped in, and now they're selling for 30 bucks, okay? And we'll have the calculator. You've already seen the calculator, and you can say, okay, what if I sell them for 20? What's my cost on everything to get it over from China? All of that stuff. But the missing component that nobody has is, how many of these are you going to sell? Okay, I can put these up for 10 bucks. I'll sell one a year. All right, does that help you? No. All right, so in this video, one of the ideas that I had was branding first aid kit. This wasn't the one I was looking at, but there's a company on Alibaba that has different colors, red, purple, yellow, green, and the purples were really vibrant and stuff like that. And so what if I got a first aid kit and put a picture of a bear with a Band-Aid on it and called it the Boo Boo Bear First Aid Kit. And I got an empty one, for example, like this one here, but I got it in a pretty color, something kid-friendly. And, you know, I went through all of this and I looked at it and I researched it, and this was the good price point. I contacted them, I got a sample and everything else. What if I went through all of that? And in this particular case, I would have to shop my dollar store and put bandages and wraps and gauze in it. And I thought, okay, Boo Boo Bear, if you're a parent, you know that one of the best things to help your child stop crying, or at least this is how I think, sometimes they get hurt, but they're not really hurt, they're just scared. Lollipops, put some lollipops in there, and brand it as the, you know, real parent Boo Boo Bear First Aid Kit instead of the save a tooth like you're gonna have dental surgery when your kid loses their tooth type thing. Okay, that was my vision, and I realized I can get them for $1 a unit from the company. I went through everything, okay, but I didn't know how much I was gonna sell. Well, now I can type in a box down below the Amazon ASIN number, okay? And the Amazon ASIN number in this particular one, this Save a Tooth, or this first aid kit, it's right down here under product details, okay? So I can put that, I can now search that in our training here, and it takes a week to populate it. It's gonna take 7 days. Remember, this is a career for you. It's not boom, 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 where's my sale? I just put it on eBay, where's my money? Okay? So you put this down in the box down below this video, and it's gonna show you a graph and an estimated sales, very accurately estimated, for after 7 days has gone by, because we're gonna have to track an item. So if you say to yourself, you know what, I wanna get first aid kits, I'm gonna brand it, I'm gonna do this, I have a great idea, you would put this ASIN number for this one in there, and then in 7 days, we can give you an expected sales rate, okay? And that's gonna be obviously important to you. In fact, this one here on this screen sells 105 a week, all right? So if you went ahead and you ordered a first aid kit, all right, and when you read the comments on Amazon, you'll realize that one's plastic too. And you put some stuff in it. So you got the first aid kit for $1 a unit. And with shipping, it was going to be $2 a unit. And with logos, they're going to put on, it's going to be $3 a unit. Sending it into FBA is going to be another $2 a unit, for example. You're out $5, all right? And you sell it on Amazon for $20. And you use the calculator and you realize you're going to make $8 a unit times 105 a week, right? That's $800. A month is like $3,200, okay? If you can get the #1 position. And then you can kind of backtrack and say, okay, if I don't get the #1 position, let me, if I get on the first page, I should have relatively similar results, okay? So now, overall, you're going to be able to source an item. You're going to be able to get the price of the item. You're going to be able to get the price with branding on the item. You're going to be able to get the price with branding with shipping to your doorstep. The price with branding with shipping to your doorstep, shipping it at Amazon. The price with branding, getting the item, shipped to you from China, how long it's going to take, with branding, into Amazon, how much I sell it for, how much I make. All of what I just said, plus your expected sales. So now you can project out, okay, cool, I should make this on this product once I get ranked. Okay, awesome. Down below this video, when you want to start, when you got your item selected, put in the ASIN number and we'll give you the expected sales that you should have by getting on page 1 or ranking your item on Amazon, okay? And that'll help you make a decision whether or not you want to order first aid kits and sell 1 a month, or in this case, 105 a week. Thanks, guys. Okay guys, I'm going to give you a real example of a product that I'm going to order and go through the whole process for you, but I want to give you a couple things that you're going to run into. You're going to get a lot of emails from Alibaba, especially if you do that compare and compare a bunch of people and ask for them all to reply to you. And it's a little difficult. You really got to keep track of them because they're not common names, right? Shenzhen, Fiota Technology Ltd. So one of the quicker ways to do all of this is to get these guys in chat at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning if you're a late night person. If not, you'll go back and forth through email, okay? So I've gone through everything, and I want to show you the price points I got on an item. So this is a silicone glove that's heat resistant. Okay, so it's $1.85 a piece. That's what they're quoting me. I haven't gone back and asked for a cheaper price. Plus the logo, they want 15 cents, $200. Okay, I'm sorry, $2 a unit. Now I've asked for 500 units in this case. Okay, now the shipping, you can go on, it takes a lot longer, but you can go cargo and freight and all this stuff and get quotes for that. Unless it's a massive order, you may consider going DHL, especially if the price works out, because then you're getting your product quicker, you're getting it off quicker, there's no tracking issues, anything like that. So here they quoted me a price of $840. That's pretty scary, but again, I ordered 500, so if you ordered 100, they might be $220 a piece, and you're looking at $220 and maybe $160 for shipping. You can go, you can haggle back and forth for as low as quantity as you want. Okay, so in this case, I got $1.85 a piece, $2 for logo, and I got 500, so it's about $1.60 a unit per glove for shipping. So now I'm at $3.60 is what my cost is going to be. Okay, now I'm going to go over to this fulfillment here, and I grabbed a silicone glove right here, and I put in, what if I sold it for $8.99, which was very low. I'll show you why in a second. It told me I was going to have $4.25 spit out back to me after I pay all of these fees and stuff like that. So I'm looking right now, if I'm going to get $4.25, that's Amazon selling it, everything else. I'm looking at 65 cents a unit. So if I sell it for $8.99, I'm going to pay $2.35, $3.35, $4.36. In fees, I'm going to get back $4.25. So it's super tight right now. So if I went ahead and I said, okay, if I make $4.25 is what I'm going to get back, $3.60 out of pocket for everything, I'm going to have 65 cents back, and then I'm going to go ahead and go by 500. That's how many units. I'm going to make $325, for example. Now, it is going to cost me about $50 to ship it into Amazon, so I'm only looking at a profit of $275 on that particular product. But the weight that I did here was for 2 of them, okay? Mine will definitely be lighter. That's the first thing. And then if I go up to $9.99 and calculate and come back, well, now I'm at $5.10, and I'll go back to my cost, and $5.10, that's an extra 85 cents a unit. Let's say I'm going to get back $5.10. That's an extra $1. Now I'm making $1.50 a unit times 500. Now I'm up to $750 with just that subtle price change. So now I'm going to make $700 on these. Now let's go out and look at the environment on this. When I type in oven mitt on here, I see that there's this person here, 435 reviews at $9.99 for one. I'd definitely be lower than them. $7.80. These are cloth, they're not silicone. So I'm going to go after the market with this. Okay. Now the branding part of it we'll talk about. And if now I can think of a million applications for this. Going out and grilling with this, like these grill gloves suggest. I go to Pizza Hut, sometimes I see them taking these hot pans out of the oven with pliers or something so they don't burn themselves. So I start thinking about the restaurant industry, stuff like that, all these keywords, and I can blow it up. So that's the product that I'm going to end up ordering and branding and putting up on Amazon. There's a real life example of what you can do. Okay, take care. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, Roger here. I want to do a little video here on what's going to go wrong. Oh, that's great news. What's going to go wrong is probably going to be, if anything, your confidence. You don't completely understand the lineup of customers around the block, and you're searching your item. You're like, there's 1,000 results for this particular keyword. There's 10,000. How am I ever going to get there? Well, I put up a French fry cutter like 10 years ago. It seems like on Amazon, maybe 6-7 years ago. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just put it up there and it sold. So Amazon doesn't just sell on Amazon. They're advertising all over the place on your behalf, and in later videos you're going to learn how to advertise on your own behalf. And it's all driven by purchases and reviews. So we're going to be able to get you guaranteed purchases and reviews already. So we're going to drive you up in rank, okay? 2, you're going to see the sample price, and you're going to say $50 to get a sample. That's an absolute nightmare. Why would I pay $50 for a $3 product to get a sample? And I gave some information how to get around a sample. If they say, hey, this is our person on Amazon, you can just order that sample from there if you really must order a sample, okay? Order a comparable product. 3, when you get to the shipping price, shipping cost, you're going to cry. Not really, but when you see it, I mean, I do very well, and I was looking, I was like, holy jeez, $800 and something. Now, again, on larger orders, you can go by boat and go by freight and figure out different ways, and there's also going to be US sites in here you can use. So I don't know who's watching this video. You might have $100,000 expendable cash and say, okay, oven mitts, $1,000 in the door, $1,500, who cares, we'll give it a whirl. You might have low money, but you might have a $5,000 limit on a credit card. You might say, okay, I'm going to spend $1,000, man. This is going to be scary stuff. Well, in your case, you might say, okay, I'm just going to get 50 and see what happens. I'm going to get a lower amount, put it up there, and if they start selling right away, I'll immediately go back and order a different amount and use DHL and get them shipped over to me quicker. You might use some of the US sites to avoid that high shipping cost, okay? You might watch some things I'm going to do later on groceries and things like that in your local town and things like that, all right? So it's not all about spending like thousands of dollars that I'm doing this example, $1,500, $1,600 to get some oven mitts that I really don't want to sell, but I'm doing that for you guys just to show you the exact process, okay? So those are things that can go wrong. Also, your organization. Your organization, you're going to get a lot of emails from these companies back and forth, and you're just going to get blown away, and you're not going to stay focused in some case, and you're going to say, oh, should I sell that dog mat, that yoga mat? And what you'll find yourself doing is you'll get your price quotes, and you can't take action right away because you're waiting for a reply email, and then you're not into it. Then you go back to Alibaba and some of your price quotes, and oh my goodness, this is so amazing, I should do that. I got to get this done. You just got to get it done, okay? There's going to be some of you that order this program and never actually go get the product and get it accomplished. You just have to get it done. It seems complicated because it's coming from so far, but it's literally, hey, a week later, the product's here, boom, ship it into Amazon, I've completed the process. And once you complete the process once and start making sales, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, this is incredible, okay? So your organization may stop you, all right? So the other thing is, I just touched on it, is motivation. This is not a list an item up on eBay, don't do anything, and make some money on it. This is so much money at stake that you have to stay motivated through the process of getting items here. And when it's a big picture, like, what do you mean branded? What do you mean do this? How do I do this? How am I going to get this big? How am I going to be the oven mitt king? How am I going to be the kinesiology tape queen? How am I going to get this done? It's all in here, and over time it will just happen. So you have to pay attention to different things like that, okay? As you go through, just keep yourself motivated, get get a partner to go back and forth with to keep yourself going through this and going through the process. And then once it's done once, it's like a 1 week, 2 week process. Boom, you'll be like, oh my goodness, I've made $600-700 this week on this stuff. It's time to get to this and to this and to this, and I'm really going to go for it on this and reinvest. All of a sudden, you got 4 or 5 products and you're not working anymore. That's the goal here. Okay, guys? Anyway, this is what I want you to focus on. You can absolutely do this. Crush it. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, we're going to talk about logo design now. When you're communicating back and forth, you should ask them with Alibaba how much additional for a logo per unit. And it'll be about 10 to 15 cents, and you're going to roll that into your pricing. Okay. Now keep in mind, when you're getting a logo, you don't have like complete authority. And what I mean is, if you're ordering toasters from China, you can't say, okay, I want a logo, put them inside the toaster slot. I want one on the knob and one on here. All right. A lot of times the logo in their mind is in a fixed spot. Let me give you an example. You might think, oh, I want a logo across all of these gloves here, but they can't do a logo on these bumpy gloves in the area. These are heat resistant gloves, and the logo would probably burn off, or they couldn't put it on there, etc., etc. So they have a spot for the logo right here. So you're going to ask them as you're communicating back and forth with them, what is the logo area? What's the size of the logo area? Where can I put a logo? Where can I brand this? All right. And in this case, they would come back and say right above your wrist, or it's an oval 1 inch long. Okay. So now you would go over to some sites, for example, like Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and type in logo design and pick a person that you like. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a logo created, and then you're going to send that logo over to your contact in China through Alibaba, and they're going to create that item with your logo on it. And you can get your sample sent with that logo on it. You can get your shipment sent with that logo on it, whatever. And pick one that you like. Pick one that you're comfortable with. Like this one down here, if you get like a cartoony type kids item, this one looks pretty good. I like this Superman type logo right here. That looks pretty neat. But just get a feel. You can scroll through these. Not specifically for, hey, I like this, I want this logo, but for the person's work. Okay, I'm selling real estate. This looks like a really professional, cool, neat logo. All right, I'm selling kids cartoon stuff. This guy looks too dry for me. Okay, just pick one, and they're $5 each. Okay, you just set up an account. You can order one for $5, and they'll have the specs down here. I want it extra fast in a day. It's an extra $20. I'll make two more variations, so you get 4 logo designs. I don't think you really need that. And on Fiverr, they're super critical about feedback, and I don't like to beat up people, but if the logo's terrible, they'll just refund you or make an edit for you for free, just to keep you satisfied, so they get positive feedback. Okay, on average, 4-day average, look at that. A lot of them can do rush jobs, so they're already 1-day average. Okay, so this is all about getting your logo, sending it over to your contact in China so they can take a look. And you can contact these logo makers and say, okay, I need a logo. Here's the environment. It's going to go on this glove, and I want it to say Gator Grip, and maybe a little picture of an alligator on there smiling or something like that. And it's got to fall in this area, and this is the measurement, and it's an oval. And send them a picture of the gloves or something it has to go on. Okay, and I'll take care of that for you. See you on the next video. Hey guys, welcome back. Now it's that scary time. Place an order. Uh-oh. Well, you're well protected, as we talked about. A couple things. If you have troubles placing your order, or you're nervous about something, you can go to the bottom of the Alibaba page and go here to Trade Manager and download Ali Trade Manager for instant chat and ask questions. If you have any questions about escrow or payment or anything like that, okay? So the start order after you've agreed to do an order is right here. You'll click on this, and you know there's it'll be listed here what you're ordering, your quantity, your price will fill in. On a small order, I would recommend getting it sent express if the price points are right. You know, sometimes you'll get I don't know, 50 units, and the shipping will be $400. You're like, oh my goodness, or you know, less than that. It'll be like $128, and you're like, wow, $128, but really that's $2 and something a unit, and you roll that into your price calculation on how much money you're going to make. Okay. So if you're brand new, you're nervous, I'd recommend a smaller shipment agreed upon, and they'll ship it DHL right to your doorstep. Okay. Also, a cheaper way, and when you're negotiating this with them, is air cargo, and you can talk to them and give them your local airport's address and everything else, and you would go pick it up at your local airport. Okay. And then you can select escrow. I don't use this e-credit line, and escrow, and then continue to make your payment. And then escrow, they'll hold the money, and Alibaba's completely fair. If you get an item and it's supposed to be red, and it's all red, and like a nano spot on the inside is slightly off red or faded a millimeter or something, Alibaba's going to sell on side with the seller in this case. But if they send you purple and they've quoted you orange the whole time, or everything's broken or stuff like that, just take good photos when it arrives and everything else, and you'll win the escrow. It's not going to happen that often that something's going to go wrong. But once it's in escrow, they release it once you're satisfied with it. Okay? And by the time you've got the images, the pictures, the everything else, looking at it, if you've sampled it, things like that, well, you should be satisfied when it gets there, okay? So I'm not going to fill all this up. When you continue, you just make your payment on the next page. And again, use your trade assistant down below if you guys have any problems. And congratulations on your first order with Alibaba. This company, Alibaba, you should feel really good. They've gotten all kinds of awards and things like that. So really great company. And we'll talk to you in the next video. Take Hey guys, while you're waiting for your product, we're going to talk about getting an image done. You want a beautiful, bold, colorful, great jump out at you image, and you want it to be at least 1,000 pixels and be 500 by 500. A little bit about images you have to know. You can't take an image that's 300 by 300 and stretch it out and make more pixels and stuff like that, okay? So you have to take a really incredible photo, or you can use someone to do a 3D rendering. 3D photo by Amazon. I'm over on Fiverr.com again, Fiverr.com, and I did a search for 3D photo on Amazon. You can try a 3D rendering, 3D picture, stuff like that. And here's an example of one right here. If you click on this person's willing to take your photo. So you just have a regular photo, send it into this person, and they'll come back with something like really kick butt like that. Look at the days on average, 29 days for this to be done, okay? And there's no like speeding up upgrade, okay? So get your photo started. Remember, this is a process, okay? Get your photo started right away. You can ask China for an image with no watermark on it, so you can get it started. You can ask them to do the photo for you, for example. You can take your photo after it arrives. There's actually people here that'll do this a lot quicker than taking this long. But here's an example of a 3D rendering we had done. This is the original photo right here. Nice photo, but you can't hover over it because it wasn't large enough, it wasn't detailed enough. So we got this photo done, and a lot more detail, obviously, okay? And when you go over here and hover on it on the listing on Amazon, you can see that you can hover over it and scroll on it and take pretty looks at it and stuff like that, okay? So there's different image techniques you can get done. If you're up against it, get a photographer in your hometown, just put it on Craigslist and contact a few people and ask about a detailed image, okay? I know there are people on here. This is like a 1 or 2 day turnaround that we had. I'm just not doing the right search on Fiverr right now, but there's other people on here that'll do a lot faster than this guy. Okay? Hope this helps you. See you in the next video. Take care, guys. Hey guys, so at this stage right now, your product's arriving or has arrived, and you're going to put up your mock listing on Amazon. It's not like a bad thing or a secret or something like that. You actually have to put up a mock listing to be able to send something into fulfillment by Amazon. So you got your super cool image, okay, using Fiverr and stuff like that. You've used Hitesh's keyword tool to put your item up there for sale, okay? And you've got your quantity set at 0 on your item. And so the listing exists on Amazon. It's just not currently available right now for purchase because Amazon hasn't gotten your product, okay? So the goal in this video now is to get you your labels, and you're going to go to Staples or whatever to get the labels that you use on your printer, okay? So you'll have a printer that prints off your labels for you. Pretty simple stuff. And we're going to get you your labels, and then you're going to send your labels in with Amazon. And then from there, you're going to see in this video that you're going to ship it to 1 or 2 or 3 different fulfillment centers by Amazon. It's super cheap. And then you're going to be up and rolling. So let me go ahead and show you that. So you've logged into your account, okay? Up at the top, you're going to click Manage Inventory up here. And then scroll down. I'll just give you an example of one that's listed here that's out of stock. You see this Actions button right here. Go down to the Actions, down below the Actions, and click Change to Fulfilled by Amazon, okay? And this is your mock listing that you have up. Pretend you have a burgundy rug up. Click on Convert and Send to Inventory. And that page will load up. And there we go. And then on the top left, you're going to have it on Create a New Shipping Plan. And then click Continue to Shipping Plan. Okay, create a new shipping plan. Continue to shipping plan. Now they're going to want to know how big the product is and how many you're sending in. Now this isn't how big your giant box of all your product is, but rather each individual unit, okay? So in this example, we'll type in that the unit size is 18 inch by 45 inch by 88 inches, a big single unit box, okay? And then we're going to select our quantity, and we'll say we're sending in 30 units that are this size. And then go ahead and click Continue. And now from here, we don't have a prep guide. Okay, click Continue for this. You might have a prep guide depending on the product. And then from here, you're going to want to go down. You're going to want to print your labels for this. So it's got who labels. You can click Apply to All, and you're going to put Merchant. You're going to do the labels. It's cheaper, okay? You can have Amazon do it, but it's cheaper if you do it. So you click on Print Labels for this page, and it'll download onto your computer in a PDF format. So this is what they look like. You print them off onto your printer, sticker labels, okay? Print. Pretty easy stuff so far, right? From there, you're going to click Continue. And they're going to tell you where to ship them to. And they're not just going to have you ship them to one place. They're going to say, hey, we want you to ship 9 units and 10 units and 11 to Indiana, 10 to Goodyear, Arizona, 9 to wherever. And you're going to approve those shipments. Kind of a hassle sending to multiple shipping places, but it's going to be super cheap to do it, which is awesome, using UPS's account or Amazon's account. So after you click on that, okay, they want you to work on the shipment for the 9 you're sending to Petersburg, Virginia. So you click on that, and it's going to say, okay, how big is the box of the 9 units you're sending to Petersburg, Virginia, okay? And up top, it's got checked here, Amazon UPS. So make sure you have that checked. It'll be there by default. You put in the box dimensions. Now look at the size of the box I'm typing in, 23 pounds. 28 by 48 by 92, huge box. What's that going to cost? $1 million? Just click OK out of that. And it cost 13 bucks. Okay, so agree to the terms, accept the charges, and then you can go in and send your you can go in and send that into Petersburg, Virginia. And then you can work on your next shipment of 11 units to wherever, another unit. And that takes Amazon and takes your product and ships it all over the country so Amazon can conveniently deliver them depending on where your customer orders from. And then from there, you've got them on the way. They're shipped in. Amazon will notify you when they arrive, and you can edit your stock quantity from 0 to whatever you have. So if your 15 units arrive or 13 or 9 units arrive in Virginia, Amazon will let you know they're ready. Boom, your quantity is now 9, and you're up and selling on Amazon. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video. All right, it's almost launch day. You got to do a little bit of preparation. Now, what this is about, don't do anything that you see in these bullet points yet. But what launch day is about is you want to have a sudden burst of sales, a sudden burst of reviews. So you put your items up, they're fulfilled, Amazon's got them, you're ready to go, big smile, you're waiting for sales. And your sales rank is 166,000. Well, a sudden burst using our techniques and everything else is going to move it up to 3,000, 4,000, 300, 400, 500, 1,000, whatever. We're going to smoke you up in rank really quick. And then Amazon's going to say, what the heck is this product? And they're going to start advertising you everywhere. Even if you're on page 18 of Amazon, Amazon will say, look at this thing. Customers really like this. Let's advertise. I mean, one of our test things we did, I logged into my Yahoo account, and down the right was a big banner of our product from Amazon advertising it for us, okay? So you're going to fill out the form in the video later on in here called Launch Day, okay? Down below the Launch Day video will be a form that you're going to fill out. And your launch day is always going to be on a Wednesday. And we're going to want you to submit that form to us by the previous Monday. All right? So you want to submit your form on a Monday or Tuesday to us. And we'll either launch you that specific Wednesday or 7 days from that Wednesday. So it'll be 1 day later, 2 days later, or 8 days later, or 9 days later, but you'll know, okay? Now, when we say, come back to you and say, this is the Wednesday that we are launching, it's a big day for you. You're gonna wanna have your 3 reviews set up, okay? And Amazon reviews, they just need an Amazon account. This is a non-purchase review, okay? Your Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete, I got this this kinesiology tape here. I'm going to send you a sample, or I just need you to write a review. Or you can say, Uncle Pete, hey, get a review ready for this. This is what I want you to say about it, okay? And Uncle Pete's going to log in and write a review for you, all right? 3 or 4 pages, 3 or 4 lines long or whatever. Look at some reviews, see what they feel like, all right? But have that Uncle Pete and Aunt Diane and Mike ready. Don't put your own reviews from your own computer. Use your Facebook groups. Use your Facebook team. But remember, in the Facebook groups, a lot of people do not have Genesis. Don't give them hints about what Genesis is about by having them write reviews for you, okay? Friends, family, quiet stuff, all right? Just have them ready for your Wednesday launch day. We're going to run enormous amounts of traffic, okay, for you that day. We're going to guarantee you 3 to 10 sales, which is going to move you way up in rank, all right? That's the next thing. In the meantime, while you're waiting for your launch day, okay, get some associative items up on eBay. So if you're selling a weight loss pill, put up a scale, lose weight, right? They want to lose weight. So put a scale up on eBay. And put that scale at such a low price that you're just breaking even. I teach you to make $3, $5, $10 a sale, and you'll sell a few scales a month. You bring it down to your breaking even, you'll sell 20, 30 scales a month. Guess what? We're going to set you up private email thing on our server, so you'll be able to send out emails to those 20, 30 eBay people that purchase scales about your diet pills that are on Amazon. This is why we're so different, and this is why we're going to rock it. So you want to start getting up items on eBay at the break-even price associated with that product that you're going to launch, okay? Also see if there's any family members. Hey, I got this kinesiology tape up here. Would you mind buying a roll of it? I'm going to put it at a super low price. I'm going to put it at cost. You know, my cost is $7. You can get it for $7, Mom. Or my cost with everything in is $7. Uncle Jim, you can get it for $8. Can you buy a roll on this specific date for me? Now, don't have Jim buy a roll and leave you a feedback. All right, we're going to talk about that later, but you don't want Uncle Jim buying a roll and immediately trying to leave you a feedback. Or you don't want Uncle Jim buying it, getting it that day, and leaving you a feedback. Okay, we'll talk about the parameters of that later on. But you're going to want to have family members, if you do, set up to purchase it. All right, you can set the price to a super low price for them. Also, you're going to want to put up on your Facebook wall a picture of it and say, guys, I got this ridiculous deal on this. If anybody's interested in this kinesiology tape, I got it for lower than anybody on the planet. I have some if you want some. PM me. Don't put a link to your item because you don't want them clicking over to Amazon and not buying it. Because if they don't buy it, then that's a click that went to your listing that didn't buy it, and that doesn't help you. All right, that hurts you. So you're going to want them to PM you on that day if you're on Facebook. Put a picture up. Hey guys, need a little help, or hey, I got this super item. I get ridiculous price on it. Can you PM me if you have any interest? And then say, okay, this is what it is. This is how much it costs. And if you're interested, I'll give you the link. But I don't want you to click on this and not buy it because it'll affect my rating and stuff like that. And make sure they PM message you, private message you, because you don't want them going back and forth or them dropping a link. Is this it here? And then a bunch of your friends click on it. All right? So you're going to want to get set up for your launch date. You go to the launch date video and you're going to fill out that form. It's going to come to us. We're going to come back and say, hey, we can launch you in 24 hours, 48 hours. Probably generally to be 8 to 9 days. I know you're eager, but you're going to want to get up those associated items on eBay and start building a list to get sales right after you launch right away to keep the momentum going. And we're going to run some traffic and stuff like that for you. So that's the difference. That's why we're massive. Congratulations. That's what's coming for you. Just have this in mind when you fill out your launch date video, or launch date form on the launch date video. Talk to you soon, guys. Take care. Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about reviews to boost your rank on Amazon, okay? Now I'm not allowed to go out and say get total fake reviews, but here's what you do. You need 3 Amazon reviews. And I'll show you why down here. Let me click on this first item in the results for gazebo. And if I scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the first 3 reviews jump out at people, and then they start shoving reviews over here to the right. Okay? So you want to have 3 reviews for people to see, and it's going to have on the right side is where the rest of them appear. So you can start off with 3 reviews. Now you haven't sold an item. How do you get a review? Now before I get to that, I want to show you that just because you're not Amazon, here's one with 37 reviews. This is not an Amazon seller or a noted seller. They don't have any of this prime stuff or pretty stuff down here. And they're still selling them, and they're ranked 1. For results for gazebos, and I'm going to show you how to do that with different items, okay? And as I scroll through and keep going through and through and through, and I jump to page 3, for example, again, there's still reviews over here, so you don't have to be on page 1, all right? Now, I'm going to click on this one here that has no reviews. And when I click on that and scroll down and take a look, there are no customer reviews yet. Write a customer review, all right? You can rate this item. I can write a review right now, okay? Now there's 2 types of reviews. There's an Amazon verified review and a non-Amazon verified review. All that is if this was your item and somebody bought it from Amazon, and Amazon sent them out a link saying, hey, do you want to review this? And they responded to the link and came back and reviewed the item, that'd be Amazon verified. But none of the buyers read that, so it really doesn't make a difference, okay? Now, you want to have 3 reviews. Now, your friend, you can't ship your friends 3 gazebos, okay? But you can show them the picture and you can talk about it, or they can go check it out at their local store or whatever and give a review on it. Now, obviously, a few different things. First, you want a positive review from your friends. You want a 5 out of 5 review rating. And think like the next customer. Please don't have your friends go, I'm a friend of Lisa's and this is awesome, okay? And if you want to help them write the reviews for them, that would be great. But they will have to have an Amazon account, okay? So you can help them write the review or review the review before they submit it, all right? You don't want them to write, this is awesome, 5 out of 5 stars, okay? And if you have trouble with writing or helping someone write reviews, just read some of the Amazon reviews on your similar product, okay? I can't tell you to just go write the review for them and tell them what to say, but work with your friends. Make sure they're not on the same IP address. Make sure it's a different computer. It would be best if you had like your friend take a look at it and write a review, and then your uncle in a different state write a review. Not necessary, but if the 3 of them are like, you know, in your next door dorm rooms or something like that, it doesn't look as good as if you space them around the country, okay? So they have to have an Amazon account. I showed you where to get them to write the review. Just find 3 people, just say, hey, I need a little bit of your time. This is a gazebo I'm selling. What do you think of it? It looks cool, right? Yeah, okay, awesome. Could you write a review on how cool it looks and that you really like the metal structure at the base of it and the color's amazing? It looks spacious, right? Yeah, it is. Look, it does look spacious. Can you write a review on that too and stuff like that? I just need like 2 or 3 lines. Review the review and then show them how to go over to your listing on Amazon and submit a review, okay? And triple check your friends, make sure they're not being funny or make a mistake and go, oh, this is number 1, and submit 1 star. This is a permanent record, okay? This is super going to help you out. Be super careful and spend a few minutes making sure they do the review properly, that you look at the review before it's submitted, everything else. You'll be able to set them the URL up here and say, hey, can you go here, go down to the bottom, write a review, etc., etc. Also, don't have your friends write the reviews all together. Hey, ABC reviews within 10 seconds, okay? Lisa, what do you think of this? Show her the item. She writes a review. Later on that night, someone else, and the next day, someone else writes a review, okay? Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next video.